Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Friday, payday, July 29th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have another full slate of MLB. We got some great games on today once again. They do go pretty much throughout the entire night, so I am really excited to watch some baseball tomorrow night. Hopefully I can enjoy my Friday night by winning some bets as well. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. But before we did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. That truly does mean the absolute world to me, way more than you guys will ever know. So, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap again. We are the 1-2 king right now, and that is definitely not something that I enjoy, but, you know, it is what it is. So, this is what, our fourth straight 1-2 day, I think it is. Definitely has been a rough week, but without any further ado, we'll do a recap. So the Royals play. We had the Royals plus a half here in the first five versus the Yankees at plus 110. The only play that hit. That was absolutely insane. I couldn't believe that, that was the one that hit. You can just definitely tell that it is starting to be the second half of the MLB season. It's just so much different than the first, which is why some of my plays that you guys are going to be seeing here soon, they are a little bit different. They're not plays that I would normally look to target, but I do think that these are some good spots for them. But the Royals and the Yankees, they were scoreless through five. It's not even like either team scored a run. So it's not like it was much of a sweat because neither team scored a run. So it ended up working out for us, though. Then we did have the Phillies and the Pirates, no-run first inning. Phillies ended up scoring like 2 or 3 runs in the first inning. It is what it is. Then we did have the Tigers and the Blue Jays over 8.5 runs. This line did end up moving to 9.5 throughout the day, but that one actually ended up right at 8. So it was super, super, super unfortunate. I think the Toronto Blue Jays had 5 and the Tigers had 3, I believe. So, if either team just scores one more run, we end up winning the bet. But it is what it is. So we ended up going 1-2 once again. Hopefully we can bounce back today. We absolutely need it. There's no doubt about it. We need to bounce back today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Our first play of the day, we're going to be taking the Oakland A's plus 1.5 here versus the White Sox at minus 120 odds. Now, this is my lock of the day. I am personally going to be putting 2 units on this play. I absolutely love this play, and let me explain to you why. So first things first, Oakland is 32-19 to the run line on the road. That is the best on the road run line in the entire MLB. They're very, very solid to the run line this year. And the White Sox, on the flip side of things, they're 15-33 to the run line at home, which is the worst record in the MLB when it comes to the run line. So the White Sox definitely don't do a great job of covering at home. Oakland does a really good job of covering on the road. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. Also, Lance Lynn is going to be on the mound here for the White Sox. He does have a 6.43 ERA, definitely nothing too great. A 5.16 ERA in his at home, and a 6.58 ERA in his last 5 games. He has really struggled here recently. Hopefully, we can see some more of this. He has started 8 games so far this season. And he's only covered that minus 1.5 one time. So literally in the 8 games that he has played, his team has only covered the minus 1.5 one time. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. And James Kaprielian is going to be on the mound here for Oakland. He does have a 4.74 ERA over the course of the season, a 2.05 in his last 5. He has been really solid, and in his last 5 games, he has pitched 22 innings. So it's not like he has a small sample size. He has been really solid over the last 22 innings that he has pitched. 2.05. I'll definitely be taking my odds on all of that. And in the last 6 games that Kaprielian has started, he is 4-2 over the just win-loss over his last 6 games, but he's actually covered in all 6 of them. So he has been really solid. We just need them to cover the plus 1.5. They don't even have to win, but if they do, I'm perfectly fine with that as well. Now, when you look at the bullpens, I think that these bullpens are very, very comparable to one another. Chicago does have the 11th worst bullpen in the entire MLB when it comes to ERA, at least, and Oakland is 12th worst. So They are literally right at the same, but I just like the starting pitching matchup here. Also, the A's, they do bat a little bit better on the road as well. They average 1.1 more runs per game on the road. So they are a much better offense here on the road versus a White Sox team that's kind of up and down. So I really do like this play. Like I said, this is going to be a 2-unit play for me. I really love this play. I'm very passionate about this play. So hopefully it ends up working out for us. We're taking it. Oakland plus 1.5 here versus the White Sox at minus 120 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Twins and the Padres, no run first inning at minus 130 odds on Caesars. If you take a look at it, Minnesota is 11th when it comes to runs per game. So they're a pretty good offense, but they're just outside the top 10. San Diego is 18th. So San Diego not quite as much of an admirable offense than the Twins are, but they're still up there for sure. San Diego is 9th when it comes to runs allowed, so they are in that top 10 when it comes to defense. So hopefully they can shut down this really high-powered offense. And Minnesota is 11th when it comes to runs allowed. So they don't really allow a whole lot of runs either. So in case if San Diego does get a couple hits, I think that this defense can step up and get the outs as well. San Diego is also 20th when it comes to first innings that have been scored in. So they don't really score very often in the first inning. So hopefully San Diego stays to that. They don't hit like a couple home runs or something, but that's my luck. Honestly, they'll probably hit like a grand slam or something, but it is what it is. Blake Snell is going to be on the mound here for San Diego. He hasn't necessarily had a great ERA over the course of the season, but he does have a 3.91 in his last 5, and he has hit 7 straight nerfies. So I'll definitely take my odds with that one. We're going to be riding the hot hand for sure with that. And on the flip side of the mound, Joe Ryan's going to be there for Minnesota. He's been really good all year. He has a 2.89 ERA over the course of the season, a 2.7 on the road, and a 2.67 in his last 5. So all of these stats are kind of pointing that Joe Ryan has been really good, and he's even trending in the right direction. He's going down to that, mid-2 mark. So he's been really solid. So that is going to be our second play of the day. Minnesota and the Padres, no run first inning at minus 130 odds on Caesars. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Pirates plus half here in the first 5 versus the Phillies at minus 140 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, this play is going to be very similar to my Kansas City play from yesterday, but it is juiced, obviously, not in our favor. Now, Pittsburgh, they are 25 and 27 to the first 5 run line on the road. So they are they're just trending right around that 500 mark. And Philly is kind of in the same boat. Philly is 24 and 27 to the run line in the first 5 at home. So both these teams not necessarily in their most admirable spots, but I think that this is a good spot to target. Philadelphia is also 5 and 5 to the run line in the first 5 at home in the last 10 games, and Pittsburgh is 5 and 5 to the run line on the road in the last 10 games as well. So both these teams are literally 500 in their last 10 games. So both these teams very, very average over the last 10 games at least. Now, if you take a look at it, this is why I really like to play. Jose Quintana is going to be on the mound here for Pittsburgh. He does have a 3.7 ERA over the course of the season. He has a 2.65 at home and a 3.95 in his last 5 games. He's been very solid over the course of not only the season, but over the course of the last 5 games as well. That's where I do think we see some value. And Bailey Falter is going to be on the mound here for Philadelphia. He is 0-3 over the course of the season with a 5.18 ERA, a 6.0 ERA in his last 5. And if you take a look at it in his last 5 games, he is 1-4 to this run line. So I do think that we do see a lot of value here for this final play. So we're going to be riding with it. Pirates plus a half here in the first 5 versus Philadelphia at minus 140 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.